In this video, we arrive at Capital Reef National Park. I had been able to get us 4 nights at the Fruita Campground inside the park. We did, however, have to change campsites 3 times. The drive into the park was again astounding. This had been a long drive day for us, and we just wanted to get to our campsite and relax. We planned on coming back through this area to check out the hiking trails. We hadn't done any research on this park, and I had no idea that we were about to drive into a historic pioneer town. Luckily, I had downloaded park information from the National Parks app because there was no cell service with Verizon. As we drove further towards our campground, I was surprised to see so much greenery, fruit trees, and small meadows with a river running through it. Not at all what we expected to see. On the right, we spotted the blacksmith building, which is located right across the road from the Ripple Rock Nature Center. This sandstone building was used as a workshop, blacksmith shop, and a garage. When the National Park Service acquired the land, they decided to furnish it as if it would have been back in the 1930s. There are several parking and day use areas within the park. The Gifford Farm lies at the heart of the Fruita Valley. The Capital Reef Natural History Association, in cooperation with the National Park Service, has renovated and refurnished the Gifford farmhouse as a cultural demonstration site to interpret the early Mormon settlement of the Fruita Valley. The Gifford Homestead is a historical farmhouse that is just past the Welcome Center of Capital Reef National Park. This landmark is a pie shop and living museum of what describes the pioneer history of the Mormons who settled this land. The 71-site Fruita Campground is the only developed campground in the park, offering picnic tables, fire rings, restrooms, water, and a dump station. The orchards along the Fremont River and Sulphur Creek are remnants of the pioneer community of Fruita settled in 1880. No more than 10 families lived in Fruita at one time. The last resident moved away in 1969. These early settlers planted the orchard as a cash crop and for sustenance. Today, the orchards are preserved and protected. The orchards contain approximately 1,900 trees of many different types of fruits and nuts. You can check at the visitor center when the fruit is ripe. Picking is allowed while visiting the park. Capital Reef National Park is also an international dark sky park and offers near pristine night skies. The Fremont River Trail is a 2.1-mile out and back trail that goes through the campground. Generally considered moderately challenging route, it is a popular trail for bird watching, camping, and hiking. We even had the campground duck come visit us. We really wanted to get out and explore the park. However, the weather was not being our friend. There had been thunderstorms and flash flood warnings since we had arrived. On this day, we decided to just make the best of it and do what we could. There is a 20-mile round-trip scenic drive through Capital Reef National Park. We had really wanted to hike the Grand Wash Trail. However, a ranger truck passed us on the way and decided to keep the gate closed. I don't think they were allowing hikers in, so we hoped maybe we could check it out on the drive back. We drove to the end of the scenic drive and found that gate closed as well. So we just took some short walks along the trails next to the parking lot. Skip was not allowed to go far from the parking lot, so we had to stay pretty darn close. You can still see the red clay mud along the side of the road. The park had made great efforts to keep the road open and prevent further erosion in the wash areas. According to the ranger talks, we had learned how much of a struggle it had been for the residents of Fruita to keep the roads passable. Flash flood warnings seemed very odd to us, seeing how the skies were pretty clear. However, the park rangers seemed to be very on edge about the changing weather. As we left the park, we got back on Highway 24 and continued east. We really enjoyed our time at Capital Reef National Park. We particularly enjoyed the ranger-led evening talks at the amphitheater. We took in talks about birds in the park, night skies, and early settlers. We passed the historic Fruita School on our left. There is also a trail which you will find petroglyphs in the rock. The landscape again changed. We both laughed at how it looked like something out of an old Star Trek show. Quite otherworldly. And it seemed to go on forever. Eventually, we did arrive at Hanksville, Utah, and continued on towards Green River. The skies and clouds were amazing. Lucky for us, the temperatures remained very mild. Over the last 2 weeks of travel, This was only our second bit of using the interstate. We really wanted to stay on the lesser traveled back roads and byways. But here we go on I-70. We made a stop in Green River for fuel, diesel exhaust fluid, and propane. It was too early in the year for those famous watermelons. Then it was back on I-70 East. We had only covered about 120 miles this day. However, it was already getting late in the afternoon. RV travel for us always takes longer than road tripping in the car. I think we also made a laundry stop in Green River. For the next several upcoming days, we had no scheduled reservations, and this rest area sign was definitely something to take a look at. Wow, check out this dust devil whirlwind. We saw this from a distance, and it started to fade by the time we came up the hill. You would have thought this would be a reminder for us to be prepared for others. It was very windy, but a beautiful place to watch the sunset and make some dinner. Within a few short minutes, I felt a big gust of wind hit us on the driver's side. Wads quickly put up the driver's window, and I closed the windows along the driver's side of the van. However, because it was a swirling updraft, debris and dirt came through the open screen on the passenger side as well, covering the entire inside of the van with a fine layer of grit. I spent the rest of the evening cleaning. Lesson learned. Here we'll call it an evening. Thanks for watching.